Points. 4 teams taking the start for this one. Hungary, Great Britain, Russia and Spain.
Well, we spoke just a moment ago, Paul, about the classic combinations that you will see in relay swimming. In relay swimming, that's what I'm talking about. And that being 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 7s, 2 10s, or 2 9s, 2 8s. Well, Great Britain in this race have got a 7, 8, 9, 10 combination, but so also have Russia. If you can spread your points evenly throughout your team, far more likely a chance of success. And that's because the difference in times between an S7 and an S6 are markedly different from the difference between a 7 and an 8 or an 8 and a 9.
Hungary go in 3, Great Britain in 4. Great Britain, the European record holders, and that was set in 2012 in the London Paralympic Games. Russia in 5 and Spain in 6.
Well, it's Pap for Hungary in lane 3, Millward for Great Britain in lane number 4, Gaseva of Russia in lane number 5, and Marcus Soto of Spain nearest us in the blue hat.
Stephanie Millward has had a good championship so far, winner of the 100 freestyle in the S9 class. She looks like she is just going to have a very slender lead over Hungary. 5/100ths of a second it is. Well, Russia have started with their S7 swimmer, so expect them to be behind in the early stages. And Stephanie Millward has got 2 classes of an advantage over the Russian swimmers here. But the Russians will be strong in the closing stages. Millward leads at the moment for Britain.
This is a good swim from Stephanie Millward to hold off Pap of Hungary. Hungarian is a 10, Stephanie Millward is a 9, so the Hungarians burning up 1 extra point. Great Britain very slick over the wall there. And good under the water goes Sos of Hungary, who now takes the lead. Hungarian, another Hungarian 10, so they're 20 points through once she finishes that leg. They will then have to use an S6 before going on to Raxo for their closing leg. But it's nice smooth swimming from Sos over in lane number 3. Susie Rogers for Great Britain having to make sure that she can, having to ensure that that lead doesn't extend too much.
Well, it is Lucia Sos for Hungary. I think they've played their cards early, the Hungarian team. Certainly the Great Britain team should be able to get back on terms with them, as should the Spanish team. Russian team coming back alongside the Spanish now. It's a real fight for third. Teresa Perales for Spain, and Mamlina, the very tall Mamlina for Russia. Hungary, our first position, they hand over to Fanilis, an S6 swimmer. Great Britain, Susie Rogers hands over to Stephanie Slater, and we should see Stephanie Slater coming into the picture and taking the lead. Here she comes. Stephanie Slater will take Great Britain into the lead. Russia now up into 3rd position, Spain in 4th, but they go with Sarai Gascon on their 3rd leg.
Well, the Hungarian lead was just absolutely demolished there in the first 20 metres by Steph Slater. She comes into the wall now. She's very good around the wall. Nice slick turn, a very snappy push off. Breathes at the first stroke. And she will now open up that lead for Great Britain. They've got Alice Tai, S10 on their anchor leg, but the Russians, Paul, expect to start seeing them come back. They've got Vladikina in the water now, an S8, a very quick one, and Raya Bova to finish.
Well, there's certainly no way the Hungarians are going to challenge now. They're going to be overtaken by both the Russians and the Spanish. Stephanie Slater is going to give the youngster Alice Tai a big lead into that last leg. Alice Tai on her way for the final 100 for Great Britain. Sarah Gascon has brought Spain into second. Hernando Santos goes on the final leg for them. Can she hold off the challenge for Nina Ryabova? I think that's the question. I think Great Britain have got it sewn up with Alice Ty.
They certainly have. Alice Ty looking good here for Great Britain. And she's good around the wall, better than she was earlier in the week. And going the other way there, we can see, and just going out of your shot, there is a fight for second place boiling away between Russia and Spain, and the Russians, Ryabova is reeling this Hernandez of Spain in. It's Great Britain in front of your screens. It's Alice Ty who is going to bring the Great Britain team home.
A great swim from Alice Ty on the anchor leg. Great Britain win gold at the European Championships in a time of 4:27.21. Hernando Santos is just about holding off the challenge from Ryabova. It's going to be silver to Spain and bronze to Russia. The Hungarian team, who sent their fastest swimmers out first, well, they are coming in now in fourth position. But Alice Ty had a big lead, and she extended that, if anything, the young 15-year-old Alice Ty. What a championships she is having.
Well, here comes Raxo, the S7 of Hungary, into the closing stages of this race. Tremendous pressure on Alice Ty, Paul. Big pressure, big responsibility to anchor a relay team. Make sure you bring it home.
There's a GB team congratulating each other. Susie Rogers on her birthday. I met her mum at lunchtime, flew out specially for that, so it's a good day for her to see that. Well done, Susie Rogers. Stephanie Millward. Good first leg for Stephanie Millward there. Susie Rogers, Stephanie Slater took the GB team into the lead, and Alice Ty brought them home in first position. That's well, Slater going in there from Rogers. Here's Slater coming past the Hungarian. Wow.
Well, I mean, let's just sit and watch it for a minute. It's it really is just almost a different sport happening in front of you there. Stephanie Slater, such a bright star for Great Britain, and will be a star of Rio. I have absolutely no doubt about that. That's Alice Ty finishing the job off for Great Britain. It looked like it was going to be tight between Russia and Spain for the silver medal, Paul. In the end, it didn't really play out that way. I've got a feeling that Vladikina, who went third for Russia, didn't have a great swim.
Stephanie Slater and Susie Rogers there. Great Britain confirmed as the European champions in a time of 4:27.21.